This is day 969 of Aruch Yomi. Like to sponsor upcoming share or more of Aruch Yomi, please come directly. Be very greatly appreciated. They were still doing Simon Tough Reish Nun Aleph. It will be for a couple more days. Today we are doing Sif Yud to Yud Zayin. Those who say left, he should take the lulav in his right hand, like everybody else, even though it's for him, it's his left hand. And so in the left of every person, even though for him it's his dominant hand. As the Torah's been those who say not that way, he takes the lulav in his right hand, which is in other words, his dominant hand, which say else's left hand, and the esrog in his non-dominant hand, which other people with the right hand. That's the custom. That's the primary halacha. Lightweight film. Here's toes. And the Torah, truthfully, it says the Taz is a mistake. It should say the exact opposite. That's the Torah Paskins in the Piskei HaRosh, evidently. Mazim is Piskei HaRosh. But Rosh. Besides how we not mention his father's opinion. It must be a mistake. This is preferable. The evidence but the evidence, if he changed around, it's not an impediment. Any person, he took the lulav in his left hand, that's to be Yamin, as well as right hand, it's not an impediment. The Cholosh can be eaten, it's only not by a lefty. There's something that's best, therefore, to take it again without a bracha. Somebody is ambidextrous, not only be a mean, but as a small husband, he takes a little bit in his right hand and a little bit in his left hand, like any other righty. Mishmur says if it's easier for him to do something with his left hand, even though we can do with it also in his right hand, that is not called ambidextrous. Ambidextrous is only where he can do things equally well with both right and left. It says brackets, you're not Yosei. If you by a regular person, we switch from right to left. Abraham says, which Mishmur quoted as we saw a moment ago, that it's appropriate to take, if you switch, it's appropriate to take it again the other way and without a bracha. Is that Shabdi Brahma Vaduk, and evidently that is how the Ramah would learn. Says he doubt person who has no hand, no lulav is he can take a lulav in his arm. There's analogous that which it says in Hashim. About a thumb when you have to do zrikas dominance, like there's a mitzvah is being retired himself. If you don't have a thumb, you put it on the place where a thumb would be. This seems to be difficult because when a paskin that you can't do tara if the person doesn't have the thumb. But here the truth is, it doesn't say you have to take it in your hand. That's if you don't have both hands. He has a left hand, not a lulav yado. He takes the lulav in his hand, his left hand, and lulav in his on his arm. The soil gabi smolis hayad. The small daikavan. The arm, relative left arm is left hand is like left. I'm not sure exactly what he means by that. Doesn't have both hands. Note that a little bit of zor yamin takes a little in his right arm, but esrog is real small, and the esrog in his left arm. I think going back, the zor gabi smolis hayad small dami. In other words, he's saying that I'm going back to that line. His arm is like the less dominant hand, regardless of which side it is. Okay. I'm sorry, I skipped. This is also true if his hands are hurting, or surim, or they are bound. If you take with teeth, that's not going to be taken as a little bit as well. But to take all of them in one hand, it's certainly not. Came a Turk was meticulous at the esrog by himself. It looks the kapas, because it doesn't say vikapas, but rather kapas, V'chaposrin, it's just chaposrin with Adam Vav Mechaber, it's supposed to be distinct. Bishlam Yavi Yotzorach Eged, Mokam Lamai, Kavanas No Shlo Yagdem Yachad. If we have required the binding together of all four species, so then we could say that the black of Vav just means don't bind it together, but you can pull them on both hands. But came into Ein Tzorchei, but since does not have to be bound, Vade Chabonas the Torah Lebilti Lichlam Biarecha. It's clearly the Torah means not to take them both in one hand. If he can't, the Mishmah says he can't take the esrog in his arm. You should take both of them in your hand, but one after another. And you said that we saw yesterday, and we could be Yotzei in sequence, so it doesn't have to hold the lulav and the other meaning consecutively. The base, never do shall call a mitzvah tzarech levarach averas yosef. Well, no mitzvahs supposed to do bracha before you do the mitzvah. The Psalm Yosef right before you do the mitzvah. Gam Yadua is also known the miyakshin notel biyara lulav esrog yosef day mitzvah so. Maybe when you took lulav and esrog into your hand, you be the mitzvah. But talk kates esrog about bracha, so what you do the bracha? Even Arukh HaShulchan he's going to make the bracha after he took him to his hands. Arayna over las yosin. It's not before doing the mitzvah. Before he takes it off, it's not next to when he's not juxtaposed when he's doing the mitzvah. It's actually like kulam because the time he takes them off, have a mitzvah when the mitzvah takes effect. You absolutely be an interruption. Therefore, the rabbi said you should take a lulav in your hand and make a bracha till lulav. Yomer Yishon Gam Shechianu. First, they also Shechianu. The technically told us immediately afterwards take the esrog. And you say the koyt and shnot the esrog have your esrog, and that's considered your esrog because you're not yet holding the esrog at that time. So then that's considered to be over to the taking of the esrog. Chayyim writes that if you didn't make the Shechianu, first they can make a bracha even on the seventh day. They take the lulav. Okay, that's the Shebra. Who's the Rapasha? Okay, Odei is another idea, which is Lito Gama Esrog Laflo Bel Tzolumala. Take an esrog and turn it upside down. And which you're not yotze that way. The way that you have to take the way it normally grows. Varach and they make bracha b'char ma'apchol and they turn up the right side up. Kach nokim amon, that's what the masses do. But the Sheitz is another. It says she chavish lo tzeitzbo. And might not be yotze until after bracha. The few amounts of mitzvahs ain't so kavanah. Even going to pinhos and mitzvahs not require kavanah to be yotze. The concern unless you keep it shelo says you might not be yotze. Vaday lo yotze. So you're not yotze. If you can take them in the normal manner. Chaim shelo says that might not be yotze until after bracha. Varach and yeah bracha. But Chaim shelo says yeah might not be yotze. It's not appropriate to do this nevertheless. Because it's easy to get messed up. Because this is only recognizable in his thought process. He is going to think this through properly. We must okay. We did it, however, or saw that it worked. It's also to take both lulav and esrog in your left hand and make the bracha. Then put the lulav in your right hand. I'm saying that, but it's also not worthwhile. Even though it's inadvisable, it's definitely difficult to say you're not yotzi with them both in one hand. And even Torah is meticulous about this, as we've seen. It seems that the Torah itself, you're yotzi according to that standard. You could say the chayga on the body, even shul tzesi, so they might not be yotzi. The best way is to do it. That's is to take the lulav, make the bracha, and then take the esrog. What happens if you took them all in the appropriate way? Make the bracha. You bar the other. In the bracha, it's still holding on to them. As long as you're doing the mitzvah, as long as they're in your hands, it's called the continuity of the mitzvah. It's like someone forgot to baruch hamotzi. So you forgot to make a motzi in the baruch and so you can make a bracha in the middle of the milk. Sharatzin says according to him, Gani can make a bracha only if he hasn't yet shaken the lulav, because the shake is by the mitzvah. When you shook the lulav, you can't make the bracha. You must still hold him in your hand. It's not like hamotzi there, because there you didn't finish your eating. It's difficult because the chara, as long as you're holding it, even not shaking, you still have mitzvah lulav. That's what the Gani says. Yibarach Mumai is supposed to be standing up, but Gami Yitlenu, Yinarei Meod, and also take the lulav and shake it standing. Yoshi Yosef. Your Yod say days they could be able to impediment the Evan. It's only it's preferential only because he honored the mitzvah. In brackets he says, then we learn Omer from the Omer because it says the mitzvah that's just in a smachta. And before shaking is considered to be overless yasan as well. So what about it? Sounds like a little bit like the Mishnah, but if it's after shaking, it's not overless yasan. Not sure. Yudal, only one bracha per day. Another bracha. Take a subsequent leave without a bracha. Below down is sukkah. It's like sukkah shkovel of kol yom kol laila, which is incumbent upon him the entire night, where you make a bracha each time. But I've got the tefillin gamping. You know, also by tefillin could say you never show a class. Brown for a moment, for not sure a after brown for some time. Hurry came mitzvah say it's tefillin. You will fill the mitzvah say tefillin come varach emos hashmei nicham. Make a bracha anytime you put them on. The come below dami. It's not comparable. The members mitzvah tefillin kol yom. It's the entire day. But since you can't do it because we're distracted, because our bodies are clean, we don't. Lulav is only a mitzvah to take once a day, and that's it. If you take it several times, because you find the mitzvah precious. They don't make a bracha on the preciousness of a mitzvah. You can't say, if it's sakon rabbanan to take it at time of halal, whole time of halal. So even though you made a bracha in the morning, on Tfilas Lulav earlier in the day, you should be able to make a bracha again when you say halal with the lulav. You can say lo tino chamin bracha b'shul nanu. The chacham not institute bracha just before shaking lulav. Because these shakers lulav. Furthermore, shorei kvar hiyaneh b'shas bracha. But he shook it when he made the bracha. But that's because you should make when you take the lulav, not when you make the lulav, prepare it before you have to. According to the letter of law of the Gemara, you can't make the bracha beforehand. We don't have this custom. Also, the sukkah, where technically you can make the bracha from the time you made the sukkah and oil mitzvah. Also, it seems to indicate you make the bracha when you fulfill the mitzvah, not when you prepare for it. Tesvav. Kasab Arukh HaShulchan. Maaseh Reb Meshulam. Shenat Lulav Yantav Rishon Birach on Tilas Lulav Shechianu. He made a bracha on the Lulav Yantav Rishon. And made Shechianu. And found afterwards there were no Ravas in the Lulav. Kacha Ravas Nicham Lulav and put a Ravas in the Lulav. Chazam in the thorn, he took it again. Another Kankin Esro. Took it again. And Birach on the Tilas Arava. Wow, he made up a bracha, so to speak. The Shechianu, Shimon made a Shechianu because of that Rava. Wow. Nishain certainly told Rava Havad. At this point, you only have to take that Rava. Because it says brackets of Yotzei Mitzvah Zecha Zecha Moshkaro. We already saw you can be Yotzei by taking one meat after another meat. Mitzvah Nemuvcha Boyim Meh, but you want to do Mitzvah Nemuvcha Lito Abasa, meaning to take all four species at one time. Then there's a Rivet's manuscript that says something similar. It's true about every other species. If you forgot a species, or you didn't call it properly, the way it grows, you take it again, in the proper way, and make a bracha on that species. Therefore, took the esrog upside down. In the bracha below of Choin Karoi, turn upside up, right side up properly. The Savish Yatzim is saying he thinks it's Yatzim way. But Timitachas Yadav, and then you take it out of your hands, and these car Shemu Bach, remember that it was turned upside down. Chayz another bracha of Tilas Esrog. You should take it again and make a bracha on Tilas Esrog. That's the meaning you forgot. Umaysa Rishon Mishum Tzon Margankin Shisha Ezet Zman Achar Bracha. The Master Rishon may have say wait some time after bracha. The Techa, if it was the meat, no matter why do you have to make a bracha over again? But Adra, the countries, there's no over the Siyasan. That's the mitzvah over the Siyasan for that Ravas. Commotion of the Esrog Achar Bracha, just so you would take an Esrog after bracha. Ellen the Vadish Shah is his man must have waited some time for us and Anuim and the shake already. Osha Benson is middle of the shaking, but his Bible says Chav Ches is coming up again. Longish Mishnah Bura here. Mishnah Bura says, if you made a bracha on the lulav, and then you saw you didn't have Hadas or Rava, or they're apostle or upside down. If you had Hadas or Rava in your house, in a manner you don't need mafsik, in order to take them, you should take all four of them together and make the bracha on the min, which is originally missing. Rava make Altias Rava, Hadas Altias Eitz Avos. It was the first day, you have to make a second Amshech Yanu. It's straight to Rabbeinu Shul. By the lulav you ready Yotzei, since it was Yotzei, since he had all four in his house. Oh, okay. So all four in his house, so therefore he doesn't make his new bracha on lulav. That's interesting. But if he didn't have a Rava and a Das in his house, at the time he made the bracha on lulav, and then they brought him afterwards, they had to make a bracha on all four together. Second time on Altias lulav, because since we're in your house or available to him when he made the first bracha, he's not yotzei even on the lulav. Like Mechaber Paskin, he has to make a bracha on the second time. Because the first time he has to make a shechion also the second time. Wow. Okay. Kedushim. Tesla because he says you also base Yahid, if you made a glove, the nasan lulav, and not put it inside the lulav and took it that way. Sharply dam, it's okay. Talking by a third thing, shmalki is considered to be taken. The vachi they're covered as long as they're covered. And if they're covered, it's not an honorable way. Consciousness and a little bit clean enough, so you put a little bit into a vessel, took it that way. Let's say not yotz. I mean, karchalab sudar when it's low. If you wrap a handkerchief around it and took it, or sudar, you don't want to back down handkerchief around your hand and took it. Yeshlin lo yotza. We'll say when you say Akal Shona in court. The Tzarkbi. Shouldn't say the correct explanation. You type in a candle, this is the way he explained it. When he's boiled, it's already clarified the Chatzitza Pilsels Bulav. An interruption possible. Come Kanevas in Florida, they bite base yard, taken by a glove, Kader Shol Zimbo, cleave its fast, as like you would hold a vessel with pliers. Love chatzitz and chatzitz. Definitely to us, that's the way people know to take it. If you take something through another mode, it's also considered to be taken. Those who say the tafkuk should call a little chutz miyada. Only when it's a little bit outside his hand. B'chayz base yad habolet, and you hold onto a glove which extends or below it. V'anasim in a sudar. I guess it's not opposite of your hand, it's only opposite of the glove. It's not holding the lulav in your hand. It's only chatzitza when the hand, lulav is in your hand, the kar davar acher, it's wrapped in something else. So that's a davar acher chaytzit bein lulav. Then the thing there is divide between your hand and lulav. Avak shekol halulav chutz liyado. Well, the entire lulav is outside his hands. So like they base yad, he's holding it by the glove. Lo shay chatzitza. There's no chatzitza involved. It's the kicha indirectly. Ushma lekicha. It's called the kicha, which in of itself, Arukh HaShulchan would have to explain, but not today. Mr. Shem, tomorrow.